Good morning, everybody. Jason Hall, Easy Credit Repair, bringing you yet another very informative video in regards to credit reports and credit monitoring services. There are quite a few out there on the internet. True Credit, myfico.com, Credit Keeper, Identity Guard, Free Credit Scores, Credit Check Total. I mean, there's a ton of them out there. Some have good data, some have data that's very limited. A lot of times they'll nickel and dime you for the data. They'll give you one report and score, and then you have to pay additionally. So it's definitely a big revenue source for these websites and also for TransUnion, Experian, and Equifax. What I have determined is that they are being a little bit deceitful in regards to the credit scores that they're offering you. Some of them are using a scoring model called the Vantage score. If you are using one of these monitoring services, look through their information sections. Some of them make it a little difficult to find the data as far as the information on the differences or in the definition of these different scoring models. So I took the time this morning to give you some information on the differences. Now, the Vantage scores are not your FICO scores. They're somewhat of a barometer on where you are when you sign up for the service, and then effectively increase or decrease your scores based upon your payment history or the actions that you take against your accounts. But what you need to realize is this is not a credit score that the bank is going to pull. There's variances anywhere from 60 to 100 points plus sometimes that on your credit scores that you pull yourself are on the high side. So what's going to happen is you're going to look at your credit score and you say, wow, I'm a 720. I'm in really good shape. I'm going to go ahead and apply for that mortgage loan, or I'm going to go ahead and down that dealership and go apply for that auto loan and go buy a car. Well, what's going to happen is when you sit down and you fill out the paperwork, you have them pull your credit, they're actually going to use a different scoring model. They're going to use a FICO score. And those FICO scores, again, are typically anywhere from 60 to 80 points lower than what you're going to see online on your monitoring service. So I feel this is a little bit deceptive, which motivates you to take action to go maybe seek out financing. Well, what happens? The bureaus got paid for your credit report that you pulled on yourself, and then they also got paid on the credit reports that the mortgage company or the auto finance company pulled. So what I feel is happening is they're somewhat misleading you so that it generates more revenue for them. So you need to be conscious of this. I'm trying to get this information out there as much as possible because they haven't released any formulas for calculating a Vantage score as far as a percentage of a FICO score. This would be very helpful, of course, but it's really, again, it's doing nothing but confusing a lot of people. And it's actually a little bit embarrassing when you go apply for financing and you get denied, or you're charged higher interest rates, which again I feel is unfair. So keep this in mind when you are monitoring your credit. Research what scoring models they're using. Sometimes they'll give you a scale and you'll see a 501 to 990, whereas the FICO scores, and you can see this right on the FICO website, is they use a score from 300 to 850. So definitely the numbers are skewed. Don't try not to get too confused with this, but I want to make sure that you are prepared so that again that you don't go through embarrassment or even charged higher interest rates. If you need more information on this, feel free to call me direct at 949-467-9090, and I can give you some more insight as to what potentially really where your scores are going to be. Again, Jason Hall, Easy Credit Repair. I appreciate your time today. Have a good one.